Good afternoon, everyone. It is certainly an exciting and beautiful and windy day today, but tomorrow is quite exciting as well, for it's going to be the first time in a long time that many of you will be able to come to St. Paul's and partake of the Lord's Supper. But there are plenty of questions that people are asking, so allow this video to hopefully take you through all of your questions as I give you a tour of what your experience will be like tomorrow. Come on, let's go. You have a fellowship appointment with Pastor Ernest in the fellowship hall. Please wait outside the building until Pastor Ernest opens the door clearly marked "In." Once Pastor Ernest opens the door and props it open, he will invite you in, and you are to stay on the right side of the chairs in order to enter the fellowship hall. As you enter, please make sure that you practice proper social distancing from people who are not part of your immediate family. You can see that seats are spread out, and they certainly can be moved even more in order that we can accommodate every social distancing need that we might have. Pastor Ernest and I will then distribute the Lord's Supper, and upon dismissal, each and every one of you will be asked to leave this area through the main fellowship doors, and then simply turn left as you depart and leave on the, again, right side of the chairs. And Pastor Ernest will be the one who opens the door, so therefore you do not have to touch any of the surfaces here in St. Paul's. If you have a church appointment, we ask that you would enter in the North Tower doors. After coming in the North Tower doors, you will then see that there is a traffic flow which will lead you down the north aisle. As you enter church, please make sure that you continue to practice proper social distancing. Once you enter church, I would ask that you would choose to sit in a pew in the first 3 rows. Please make sure if you sit with your family, you of course can sit near each other, but if you are not of the same family, please practice social distancing. Once it is time for the Lord's Supper, I will bring each of you up and stand in front of the table in which you will receive the Lord's body and blood given and poured out for you. After the Lord's Supper is complete, you then can walk down the center aisle. And then, of course, at Pastor Vic's direction, he will lead you to the South Tower entrance. And at the South Tower entrance, you will be dismissed. And again, Pastor Vic will be the one who handles the door so that you do not have to touch any surfaces. Now, some have asked, Pastor, how is this all going to work, being that we're not supposed to be close to each other and we're not supposed to touch other things that other people have touched? These are great questions. We certainly have never gone through this type of period in our life. So here's how tomorrow is going to work. Pastor Ernest and I will each wash our hands before every session of the Lord's Supper that will be given. Now, prior to the Lord's Supper given, we want you to know that you do not have to handle anything that no one else handled. Our altar guild used gloves as they were preparing the Lord's Supper, as well as Pastor Ernest and myself will be the only ones who handle the Lord's Supper in giving it to you. We will place the bread in your palm without touching your palms, and we will take each individual cup out, offering it to you, and we would just ask that you would grab the cup from the bottom. This will help then alleviate any transfer of any kind of germs during this time in which we are trying to avoid contact. Other than that, Lord willing, God will bless each and every one of us, guard us and protect us, and grant unto each of us the great blessings of the Lord's Supper. I cannot wait to see you and serve you and be with you, even if it is in an awkward time, but the Lord will bless it because it is his body and it is his blood given and poured out for us. See you tomorrow.